Shwmai a croeso cynnes, and welcome to the What's Your Story podcast. I'm James Owen, a Welsh filmmaker and storyteller, and I'm passionate about sharing stories. This podcast is all about business owners sharing their journey, and we'll be speaking with directors, entrepreneurs and creatives from all across Wales to learn from their experiences. We believe everyone has a story to tell. What's your story? Shwmai a croeso to What's Your Story, and today we've got a guest who has come from Carmarthen, someone who works in the same industry I do, in creative industries, and she has a lot of experience in television and film as a makeup artist, and now trying to do more in our communities, teaching young people about skincare, is Nicola Anderson. Nicola, thank you for coming on and sharing your story here.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
You're very welcome. You were recommended by another guest of the podcast, and Harad. I don't know what episode she was, but she told me you've got to get Nicola on the podcast. So yeah, very, very pleased to have you. And it's a first because we've never had a makeup artist. But for those who are listening and watching, could you maybe share what is your day-to-day? What does a typical week in your life look like?
Well, it's very busy, which is amazing. But I do lots of weddings, and I have lots of people coming into the studio visiting for makeup for occasions. But predominantly I do mainly weddings. But also I teach other makeup artists, and I teach my clients as well to learn about makeup. And I just absolutely live and breathe everything makeup. My reading at night is to do with makeup. Everything I listen to is to do with makeup. So it's my life, which I love so, so much. And I'm so, so grateful for everything as well. So, yeah.
So that's a little bit about your week. You're very busy training brides. That's a big part of your business, is making brides look beautiful for their big day. What is it about makeup for you? Like, why are you so enthusiastic? I don't think I've ever met somebody as enthusiastic as you about makeup. Why are you so passionate about it?
I just think it's just so amazing. Like, how it makes people feel is just incredible. And it doesn't always have to be a certain look or a certain way. Like, makeup is very individual for the person. And I just think it's just so amazing how you can just make someone feel the best they can feel, but also they still are them. They are just looking the best that they can look. And for me, for my brides on that wedding morning, when they feel the best they can feel to take on that day. And the morning is one of the, it's a very important part of the day because it sets you up for the day. And it's just kind of that feeling when they're looking at themselves, but just feeling confident and just making them, I don't know, it's just incredible. What it does. It's been my passion from such a young age, and it is magical. It just is.
When you leave the house in the morning,
I actually don't wear makeup a day to day.
That was my question. You don't?
So the thing is, I do like to look different. So I do like to kind of transform myself. I don't really go anywhere. Not all the time. I do a lot of lives. I haven't done one for so long, just because I haven't had a chance. But I normally do a lot of lives on my Instagram. So I like to share tips and tricks. I want everyone to know about makeup and learn the right way about makeup and learn something that's unique to them that they can do for themselves. So I love sharing tips and tricks. I love answering messages if people ask me product recommendations, things like that. So when I do a live, I do my makeup and obviously transform myself. I am one of those people that I look better with makeup on. I'm just one of those people. I love makeup. I just think, but day to day, obviously I'm a mum, I'm a wife. So I don't always have time in the morning to do my makeup, but I always make sure I always have my brows and my on. So I always have my lip liner and my lip gloss. So that's like my thing. So I always make sure I look presentable, and then I've got that on and I do feel like me then. But yeah, day to day, I don't really wear loads because I do feel comfortable in my skin. But then I like to look different when I do go somewhere. And then when I showcase a look, to my clients, etc.
Well, that's good, because I was kind of imagining that you would be this person who would never go out in public not wearing makeup. But I guess that would be very exhausting if you always had to wear makeup. And I guess it only lasts a certain amount of time, right? You can't just roll out of bed and
the thing
you've
is,
got a
for
face
me, I'm not the important person. My brides, my clients, everyone that I see, they're important to me. So I feel like it's about them. It's not about me. So I want to put all my energy and everything into making sure that they have the best time.
Great. And you went to London to study in this field. So television and film was
my starting point,
where you started off. So tell me a bit about your experience studying in London.
So I studied in Shepton Studios, in Pinewood Studios. I really wanted to have that hands-on approach that I was in that creative industry of TV and film, because that's obviously where everything starts, obviously how everything looks on camera, things like that. So I had a lovely time. I absolutely thoroughly enjoyed it. So I did the course for a year. And then I just loved London. So obviously I decided to stay there. And I did work a lot in TV and film in the beginning. And then the recession hit when I was in London and I went into retail. And to be honest with you, it was the best thing I could have done. For the experience, it was amazing. Like, I did customers, clients every single day that was so different. Different eye shapes, different hair colours, different skin tones. And that really gave me a huge amount of experience. And I don't regret that part at all, because I did have some things like she's working in a shop, but I didn't matter. It did the best for my experience to work in retail. So I kind of grew myself that way, did training for different brands, things like that. But then, that I was still doing a little bit of freelance as well. So when you're in London, you're tied up, aren't you, into that cycle of very, very social. So I needed to pay my rent. My rent was a lot of money. So I just worked as much as I could to kind of get that. But the experience that I had, it was the best thing I could have done to get the experience for my field.
I shared this with you earlier. We make lots of stories in Stori Cymru, but I've never once hired a makeup artist. I know, it's shocking, right?
I'm shocked.
I had a client who we did some filming for recruitment, for a business in Liverpool. I don't know if it was last year or the year before. And Gavin, the client, I've named him now. I could have anonymised him. Anyway, Gavin is bald. And he did say to me when we were watching back, he was doing this presentation to camera. Yeah, my head's a little bit too shiny. Is there anything you can do about that? He's like, you should have had makeup, James. I was like, but now I know you. I could give you a ring.
Exactly. I'll be coming down, get the powder out and set them. That's what they need.
Powder? Do you powder bald people's heads? Is that like something you do?
Yeah, you can. Obviously, you don't. Shine doesn't look always good on camera, so you could just go over with our like paper kind of, I can't remember what it's called now. They're rose scented, the ones I've got. So they're just like, they're like blotting papers, sorry, that's the word I wanted to get. So you would obviously go over first of all to take away the shine on the blotting paper. That's what I was trained to do on the set. Then you'd go over with the powder. So the powder takes away the shine.
Okay.
And the powder sets it.
Because actually shine, for some reason, it gives that impression you don't look your best. People don't want to be shiny on camera.
But then everyone now is like glowy. So obviously glowy and shiny are very different. So obviously you can have that natural glow. to your skin that comes from within. So you can have your natural oils come through your skin. So that could make you slightly glowy, but obviously you don't want to be very, very shiny and sweaty.
Am I glowing?
You're glowing, James.
I don't need makeup.
No.
But I do need skincare. But we'll come back to that, because I want to ask you, you're living in London, getting trained to be a professional makeup artist, because it's probably quite important to share that you're someone who is accredited and trained and qualified, because if I could go to, I don't know, Boots and buy some makeup, can I call myself a makeup artist?
Yeah, it depends, obviously, what you're going to offer. It depends if you want to make a career out of it or if you just enjoy doing makeup. There is a lot of amazing self-taught makeup artists. I just had the accreditation because I wanted to teach people when I was further down my career. So in order to do that, I had to have an accreditation.
And what brought you back to Carmarthen?
My amazing grandparents and my mum that worked very hard for me as a single mum to bring us up. I'm one of four. My grandparents, obviously, they're not getting any younger, but they were amazing. They took me around all the schools in London to choose which one I was going to go for. So they have been like my main supporters from day one. And I wanted to showcase to them, I suppose, my experience and what I learnt, but also to come back to my family environment, to be close to them, hopefully then have a family, which obviously I had my little boy. And I also wanted to come to Wales and just showcase like what I learnt, I suppose, in London and share that with everyone.
Great. So that was the motivator.
Yeah.
Because, since now, you've got your own place where you train and educate people. You host clients to do their makeup. Tell me about this little haven you have in Carmarthen.
Well, what do people say? It's like me in a building, apparently.
Do they?
So I just wanted somewhere that everyone belongs. Everyone deserves to come in and feel good and have a pamper. And that's what I wanted to create. I wanted to create this space that everyone belongs and everyone deserves to come in. And we have amazing conversations and they just like enjoy and getting pampered. And I want them to have the best experience possible. That's why I created that space. And I always wanted to have something was just separate for me in a property, just because I just want somewhere. Like I've got a really good town centre location now. I was still in Carmarthen before, but it was in Spilman Street. So I feel like now it's incredible, even how many people didn't even know that I had a studio before. So it's just really, really pretty. You have to come and see it, James. You would love it. But it's really girly, it's really fun. And actually everyone always asks me, is my favourite colour pink? Because it's like pink everywhere. I have
pink sink.
things. I've got a pink sink. I just like colour. Like I just like colour. So anything girly and fun. And I think it's very chilled. It's very chilled. Everyone says that when they come in. So that's really, really nice. And everyone says that they feel relaxed when they come in. And that was my aim. That was kind of what I wanted to create.
Great. So it's a fantastic space where you make people look amazing, make them feel amazing, you train people. Education's a big piece you're focusing on now because you want to go into schools and educate young kids and parents, teachers about skincare. Now, for me, I don't, and this is something I'm starting to discover today and learn about, because when I think of skincare, I don't think makeup. Makeup and skincare don't fit in the same box to me, but from what you've been sharing, there's a big correlation between makeup and skincare, because for me as a male, I know some blokes wear makeup, I don't, but for me, skincare makeup doesn't seem to go together naturally. But you want to sort of educate children because children are being influenced by things that are getting sold on TikTok, which aren't good for them. So tell me, what's the problem that some young children are facing when it comes to skincare and makeup?
I just think it's a lot of misinformation. That's all it is, really. It's amazing what we have on offer, in our market, makeup and skincare, how it's transformed, how they're using new technology. But it's just sometimes we don't need too much on our skin, because it can damage your skin when you are younger, because it's still developing. So I think it's just a lot of misinformation, and as well parents and teachers and me as a mum as well, knowing that I've got like 10 nieces as well as a couple of nephews. The boys are outnumbered, but I want to make sure that what they're using is safe, but also for them, because you don't need to be using too much on your skin. Even for me, I don't use loads on my skin. I do look after my skin. I have facials, etc. Because I'm getting older. I'm nearly 40. I'm in my last year of my 30s. So I need to be looking after my skin more, because I'm losing the elasticity every day as I wake up.
Every day.
I'm just getting older.
You're 39?
Yes.
Are you? Bloody hell, you look good.
Thank you.
It's the skincare, is it?
No, I think it's a minefield out there, of what to use, what not to use. I think it's just making sure that people are using what's age appropriate, but also trying to help them just by, it's a lot of pressure as well of kind of, what do I use? Do I use expensive? Do I not use expensive? So I think it's just making sure that they're just well-being, looking after themselves, cleaning their skin, but not using too much on their skin. So that's kind of my goal, because I would have wanted that when I was young. And I feel like it's really important. I'm so lucky. I've been to lots of schools that have seen my kind of goal, what I want to kind of do, but also there's so much more that we can do. I think even in industry, it's going on at the moment of having these conversations and making sure that everyone knows about different products they should be using and maybe they shouldn't be using, that's age appropriate.
So let's talk about that then, being age appropriate, because for me, as someone who doesn't really use skincare, I have a shave and I put some Nivea stuff on my...
Yeah, but the moisturiser, that's good.
Moisturiser,
but you don't put the SPF on. That's what you're going to start, aren't you?
I don't, but I should. Should I? Why should I?
Well, it's sun protection. Yeah, so sun protection. So it's very, very important to protect your skin, because even sometimes in the wind, the rain, you get skin damage, don't you? So sun protection is one of the things that is proven to help with the visible signs of aging, but also it does protect our skin. So I think it's one of the things that my mum said for me to use when I was a young age, because she didn't really know about makeup. Like, she's amazing, but she wasn't really into makeup. But she told me, please look after your skin. If you're going to wear makeup, look after your skin, wash your skin, moisturize, but also wear sun protection, because that's going to protect your skin. And it's going to help me. So obviously I'm going to thank her now, because I'm nearly 40. But that's the thing, it's not so apparent now, but when they're older, they'll be very thankful for me saying, and you'll be thankful of saying, I've used sun protection on my skin.
That's bizarre, because unless it's, a heat wave here in Wales.
But the thing is, it's not always the sun as well. It's the wind, it's the rain, it's the cold. You should be putting it on 365 days a year.
Really? Have you seen how expensive sun cream is?
For the face, no, but you need the face one, a face SPF.
Okay.
So I use at the moment a Korean skincare, and it's made out of rice and probiotic, and it's £12 something, £12.40 I think I paid for it. That's really, really reasonable.
12 quid to put rice in your face.
The thing is, with Asia, do you know, with the Asian skincare, they've got stricter regulations than us. Oh, okay. So that's why obviously a lot of people are using Korean and Japanese skincare. It's been around for years, but it's very, very popular at the
Wow.
moment.
Okay. 12 quid. Well, okay, then I'll start thinking about it for sure.
I'll make sure I'm going
You're
to
gonna
send you some.
Keep tabs of me. Keep tabs of me. Okay, let's talk about age appropriate then when it comes to skincare for children. Because for me, as someone who doesn't typically wear skincare or looks after my skin, apart from shaving, what are some of
you do moisturize.
No,
so
not
even
really.
just washing with water, moisturizing, that's still great.
I think it's the habit.
Yeah, you need to get into the habit. Of
Yeah, I think, I've often bought some moisturiser products and then they just sit in the bathroom, really.
I would have them by your bed at night, so then you're going to do, or even in the morning.
Well, that's a good idea, isn't it? Actually, do you know what? I'm digressing here. Well, for me and my wife, Amy, I'm saying that because when I say my wife, Amy's like, why do you name me? Because and I'm like, well, they might not know who you are, Cariad. Anyway, so we have a now vanity corner in our bedroom. And my father-in-law helped us build this little area. Because we had a built-in wardrobe, which we weren't using. So we just took the doors off and made into that space. And I hung a mirror up on the wall and everything. But we got a nice little corner now. So actually, I can sit by Amy's vanity table.
And this is my goal. So obviously this is what I say to my clients and everyone that comes into my chair. So they probably, self-care Sundays.
Self-care Sundays.
It's going to be a thing.
It's going to be a thing.
So I want you to, on Sunday, have your self-care. Me and my little boy do it. Yeah. We have cucumber on our eyes. Well, he has cucumber on our eyes. I have an eye mask. And we sometimes make him a face mask because you can make things out of natural ingredients. You know what's going in them. It's something really fun to do in the summer holidays, in the school holidays, on a Sunday. Then you switch everything off and have that 15 minutes. I want a photo of cucumber on your eyes and a little face mask. And then you're looking after your skin. It's self-care Sunday. It's very important.
I'll be walking into church on Sunday with cucumbers on my eyes.
Yeah. Self-care Sunday.
Self-care
Sundays. It's going to be a thing.
Okay, something you push in.
Yeah.
Self-care Sundays. But being really age-appropriate stuff for what the kids need to know or what the parents need to know to look out for. Because if you've got a lot of experience in this area, looking at certain ingredients, how are you to know what's good for your skin, what's bad for your skin?
So obviously when I do go into schools, it's just saying to them to wash with water even, because you don't need to put lots and lots of products on your skin to start with, because obviously you're just starting to introduce your skin. So sometimes things happen, and with skincare, it's very much trial and error. Moisturize, SPF, and then it's the acids that you shouldn't be using. I do say obviously no face wipes, because obviously if they are experimenting with makeup, then sometimes face wipes quite bad for the skin. They don't thoroughly clean the skin. But that's obviously something considered to that person. Obviously, that's just my point of view that I'm not a fan of face wipes. But it's the hyaluronic acid, collagen, retinol. So it's the retinol, the hyaluronic acid that are the main anti-aging products that are in quite a lot of things, but you can buy them separately. So they don't need to be applying onto their skin because they don't need that. I need it because I need it for my skin, because I need to add that to my skin because I've lost it in my skin. So I need to obviously replenish that, but they don't need that on their skin. They just need to wash their face if they wanted to use a cleanser, moisturize, and sun protection.
Have you seen any experiences in schools or chatting with some parents in Kamar maybe of how it's gone wrong maybe with children putting things on their skin?
I think obviously sometimes it does create sensitivity to the skin, but it could then, on a bad case, it could have a reaction. They could have a lot of redness, sometimes some blemishes. They could have a bad reaction to it. But also it's quite harsh for the skin. Like I actually can't use retinol on my skin. It just doesn't work for me. It's quite abrasive. It's an amazing product, but it's just, you should be using it from a certain age and not very, very young. So the kids that I talk to, they're year 6, they're just about going to secondary school. So they're 11, so that's a very young age to be putting those things on their skin. So I just say to them, it's not anything, because obviously everything's expensive as well. So it's making sure that they're using sometimes things like making a face mask, the ingredients they've got in the fridge, in the cupboards, but also using something that suits them. They don't need to spend lots and lots of money. They just need to find what works for their skin, but also just even washing with water and then using a moisturizer. You can share it. Some like young girls say, they share with like maybe their mum, they've both got an SPF on their face, and that's good because if they don't like it, they can just give it to their mum, and if it doesn't work for them. But it's just keeping it simple and not making it too complicated.
Wow. That's very interesting. Something, you can keep doing, and for any schools listening, if you'd like Nicola to come in and talk about skincare, send her a DM. Send her a DM. She'll come in and educate
I've
kids.
been really, really lucky because obviously all my wonderful clients and people that have come in and we've had conversations just because of their nieces and daughters, etc. And I've been really lucky that I have a lot of teachers themselves, so they've got me into schools, and I've been up to even Aberystwyth, Aberaeron, and then as far as Swansea as well. So I'm really, really grateful for how far that we've done it, and the more people obviously that we talk to, the more it kind of we can get out there, and it's just great because I just want these pupils just to kind of know. And I think when it's someone neutral it's coming from, because obviously you do want to listen to your parents, but it's quite hard, I think, when you're going through that stage of hormones, etc. So I'm like a neutral person, so if anyone's got anything, then I know I've been there, and I want them to kind of have this information that I would have loved this. Like even my clients saying they would love this when they were in school, and I think it's important.
Yeah, very important. I mean, I didn't think it was that important, but you've educated me, to be honest, because I can now see the correlations that, makeup has with skincare and so on, which is great. You've been doing this professionally how long? Because I see this as a business. You are a business.
Do you want to... So obviously I've told you my age anyway, so it doesn't matter. 22 years.
22 years, bloody
So
hell.
I've been a makeup artist and I've had my business. It'll be 12 years this year.
12 years. Wow. Because you've got a shop / training. I mean, what do you call it? What do you call it?
Studio.
A studio.
I love it. I love just calling it studio because I know it's probably not a studio, but it's a studio to me because obviously that's always what I've always been involved in as a makeup artist, as a creative, is that we go to a studio and we go to that studio and create that, or we go to the studio to do a photo shoot or etc. So I don't know, I just like a studio. I just feel like that's my vibe.
Yeah, that's your vibe. You can have the vibe. I mean, it's really a terraced house, but you call it whatever you want. It's a studio.
It's my studio.
It's your studio.
It's my studio.
But I'm asking this because for lots of people who listen or watch the podcast, they're all business owners, they're all entrepreneurs, but you bought a building. That's quite the thing to do in the middle of Carmarthen, and at the moment, the high street is dead in the sense of footfall, no high street chain. So there's a big risk for you to do something like that. But it seems to be paying off, and you've done a lot of work, haven't you, to get it up to looking as fantastic as it is.
Yeah, and I think it's just keeping the high street going. It's lovely in all the towns, especially in Kamar. There's a lot of small businesses. The street that I'm on now, it's amazing. Every shop is taken. It's amazing to see. I'm right by the market. It's a lovely, lovely town. And I get people from all over that come and visit me. And they just can't believe how lovely the town is because they've sometimes never been to Carmarthen. And it is a lovely market town. And it's just, for me, it's just making sure that the high street is keeping going, and we're looking after the buildings as much as we can.
That's good. Well, you've
And
looked
supporting
after yours.
each other, supporting businesses. It's the best thing that we can do to help each other these days, is supporting other businesses. And I'm very passionate about that as well.
Good. That's good. You're passionate. I'm passionate about supporting businesses in my town as well, Llanelli, and helping others thrive. And it doesn't take a lot to shout about another business to say, go speak to that person or what have you. But that's great. We've gotten to hear a little bit about your story, how you started on your journey. And I'd love to ask you, Nicola, if you could spend some time listening to somebody's story, who might that be? If you'd love to hear somebody's story, it could be somebody in the, I don't know, maybe there's a disruptor in the makeup space that's making really, I don't know, human friendly bit. I don't know. I have no clue about this industry, but I don't know, is there somebody that you'd love to sit down and have a conversation with and learn something about them?
I love Pat McGrath. She's one of my idols. So she's an amazing makeup artist. She has got an amazing makeup brand. So obviously for me, I would love to sit down with her, because she has been an inspiration from a young age for me. But I do love David Beckham. So that would be my...
Well, I didn't see that come in.
Alternative. So I'd love to have a conversation with him, because he has done so much, and also he is a business person as well, because he's now got all these amazing other businesses, and he's been my lovely kind of... Everyone knows that I love him, so it's not a secret.
Does your husband know?
No, probably not. Well,
No, he does. No, he's watching this.
I only liked Manchester United because of David Beckham, basically. Yeah. So me and my grandfather always used to watch the football, and he actually was very into his boxing, my grandfather. So we always used to watch that and then watch the football. And I don't know, I just I love what he did. He obviously had that whole thing in the media, then he came up from it. So it's just seeing, I suppose, different aspects. Bones but back. It's just because I have a little soft spot. But for me, obviously, the top one is Pat McGrath.
Yeah, great. Have you seen the documentary, The Beckhams? Yeah, not seen it.
It's really good.
I've heard it's really good.
It's really good. They're actually really funny, together as well. I used to work in Harrods, so I used to see a lot of people, and I did see David Beckham once. Lucky I'd had a blow dry that day. So my hair was actually neat, thank goodness. But I only visibly saw him briefly, so I didn't really have a conversation with him. But Victoria Beckham came on the counter that I worked on as well.
Oh, well.
And she was incredible. The room stopped when she came down.
Really?
Yeah, it was incredible. I've never seen anything like it before. She is such an icon to so many people. And that was amazing.
The Beckhams. Maybe we can get them on the podcast. Who knows?
Hopefully. He's a beekeeper now. Isn't that amazing?
What?
Yeah.
Keeping bees?
Yeah.
Well, flipping heck.
So you've learned a lot today, James.
I've learned a lot. I've learned lots about the Beckhams and yourself as well, Nicola. So, yeah, thank you for coming on. Thank you for sharing a little bit about your story. And, yeah, to hear that you've gone and trained in industry, there's no better place you could have gone to get your training in that world, and to see that you've got your own studio in the town in Carmarthen.
Which you're going to come and see.
Which I'm going to come and see. I'm going to have to come and see.
You have to bring
she's going to bully
Amy.
me to pop in. I'll bring Amy.
Yes.
Maybe you and Amy
yes,
can have
Amy.
a right girl nerd out at all your flowers.
Bring Amy,
and all
because
those.
I feel that would be nice for her.
It'd be nice for her.
Because then that's nice.
Maybe I'll pop out for a coffee.
And then,
you can,
go for a coffee, and then Amy can stay then.
That's what I'll do. But if anyone wants to learn more about you and your brand, how can they find out? Maybe there's brides on you, want to book you for a wedding.
I'm so grateful every day, to be honest. So just on Instagram, Nicola MUA, really easy. And then obviously nicolamakeup.com. So really easy to find me.
Nicolamakeup.com. Yeah. Does what it says on the tin.
Yeah.
Makeup by Nicola.
Exactly. Yeah.
Diolch am dod. Thank you for coming on.
O, diolch yn fawr iawn.